welcome to Library Story Time. I'm Miss Lisa and this is Miss Susanna, and we have some stories and activities for you today. Our first book is called The Princess and the Pig. All right, let's see what happens here to the princess and the pig. It's very interesting to look at the beginning pages even before the words come up because it can start to tell the story. Not long ago, in a kingdom not far from here, a farmer was traveling home from the market with a cartload of straw. The farmer was so poor that he didn't have a horse and he had to pull his own cart. In the back of the cart lay a tiny pink piglet. Nobody wanted to buy that little piglet at the market, but the farmer had taken pity on it. I will call you Pygmelia, he decided, as this seemed to be a good name for a pig. It was a hot day and the farmer stopped to rest in the shade of a great castle. Far, far above him on a high balcony, a queen was inspecting her new baby daughter. The queen was so rich that she had 7 nannies and didn't even have to look after her own child. The queen picked the baby out of her cradle and held her at arm's length. I'll call you Priscilla, she decided, as this seemed a good name for a princess. A moment later, a wet, squelching noise came from the baby's diaper, closely followed by an awful smell. Yuck! Shrieked the queen, dropping the baby and running off to find the royal nannies. She left so quickly that she didn't notice that she had dropped the baby over the edge of the balcony. Uh-oh. Down, 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 down went the baby into, and you've probably guessed it, the farmer's cart. Up, up, up flew the piglet into the prince's cradle. When the queen returned and found the piglet lying where the lady should have been, or where the baby should have been, she let out even a louder shriek and fainted into the nanny's arms. The king thought he knew what had happened. A bad fairy has done this, he explained. The fairy wasn't invited to the princess's christening, and so she has turned our baby into a piglet to get her revenge. It's just the sort of thing that happens all the time in books. Meanwhile, the farmer had returned home and was surprised to find a baby girl lying where the piglet should have been. The farmer's wife thought that she knew what had happened. A good fairy has done this, she explained. The fairy knew how poor and honest we have been and how badly we want a child, so she turned the piglet into a baby. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books. And so, without a second thought, the baby became Pygmelia, the farmer's daughter. And the piglet became Priscilla, the royal princess. It wasn't long before Pygmelia was able to eat and to walk and get dressed all by herself, and the farmer and his wife soon forgot that she had ever been a pig. Things were not so easy for Priscilla, but the king and queen never let anyone forget that she was really a princess. Okay, so now remember, boys and girls, that Priscilla is a pig. And here she is trying to eat, trying to be all dressed up and play games with the other princesses. Oh, here she's even out of her outfit. Crazy pig. As Pygmelia grew older, she grew smarter and beautiful and was admired by everyone she met. And as Priscilla grew older, she grew not so smart and not so beautiful, and she was avoided by everyone she met. Then one day the farmer's wife overheard someone in the castle talking about the princess who had been turned into a pig. It's just like what happened to Pygmelia, she told her husband, only the other way around. The farmer soon guessed what happened. The princess and the pig must have been swapping places somehow, he explained. It's the sort of thing that happens in books all the time. The poor farmer and his wife were very unhappy. They loved Pygmelia, and they knew that they must return her to her rightful home. Pygmelia was also unhappy. She loved the farmer and his wife and did not want to live with anyone else. But they were an honest family, and so the next day they all went to the castle to see the king and queen. The king and queen listened to the farmer's story. But they did not believe it. "What nonsense!" cried the queen. "Ridiculous!" laughed the king. "This girl may be smart and beautiful, but she does not look or speak like a real princess." The queen thought she knew what was happening. "It's a trick," she declared. "This girl is just a farmer's daughter pretending to be a princess so that she can marry a prince." It's the sort of thing that happens in books all the time. And so Pygmelia returned home with the farmer and with his wife, where she married a young shepherd and lived happily ever after, never once wishing that she was a princess. And Priscilla also got to marry a handsome prince, although he had to be talked into it. "Priscilla was changed into a pig by a bad fairy," explained the king. "But once you kiss her, the spell will be broken and she will turn back into a beautiful princess," added the queen. It's the sort of thing that happens in books all the time, they assured her. But unfortunately for the prince, this is not the sort of thing that happens in this particular book. And so the pig stays a pig, and the poor prince married a pig. The end. That was the story of the princess and the pig. All right, Susanna has another story for us today.
Well, thank you for that. Today we're going to read Thanksgiving Day Thanks. Of course, it's a Thanksgiving book. All right. "Thanksgiving is coming," said Sam's teacher, Mrs. Wright. "What one special thing about the holiday would you give thanks for?" "Football," shouted Nicole. "Sweet potatoes with marshmallows," Jeffrey yelled. "Shopping," announced Tiffany. Sam wasn't sure his one special thing would be. There's Sam. "Who knows the story of the very first Thanksgiving?" asked Mrs. Wright. Sam's best friend, Mary Ann, knew. "When the Pilgrims came to America, Native Americans showed them how to plant corn and hunt for food. So the Pilgrims invited the Native Americans to a big feast to celebrate their friendship and their first harvest." "That's right," said Mrs. Wright. "How should we celebrate Thanksgiving in class?" "We can have our own feast," Jeffrey suggested. "We can dress up like Pilgrims and Native Americans," said Mary Ann. "Oh, goody!" Tiffany clapped her hands. "Costumes!" Sam didn't have any ideas. He was stuck on figuring out what he was thankful for. Winston's hand shot up. "My grandmother makes turkey out of yarn for Thanksgiving." "Ew!" squealed Tiffany. "You eat yarn turkey?" "Ew!" squealed her friends. "No, it's a decoration," Winston said. "Before dinner, we write what we are thankful for on a paper feather and stick it in the turkey." "That's a great tradition," said Mrs. Wright. "Everyone pick one thing you're really thankful for to write on a feather. And I don't mean candy," she added with a smile. "Uh-oh," thought Sam. He's eating his candy over there. That's why she added that. The class came up with all sorts of Thanksgiving projects. Jeffrey organized a pumpkin pie making contest. Nicole made special placemats. She collected red and orange maple leaves and pressed them between 2 sheets of wax paper. While shopping for a pilgrim outfit, Tiffany learned about a Thanksgiving food drive for the needy and donated cans of soup. Winston built a miniature Mayflower just like the Pilgrim ship from popsicle sticks. That would be fun. Marianne made a headband out of white and purple beads to look like the wampum of the Wampanoag tribe. She also practiced with a bow and arrow until each arrow's rubber suction head stuck to the target's bullseye. Meanwhile, Sam worried. Wanikisuk, Marianne tried to cheer him up. That's how the Wampanoags say good day. Usually, Sam liked to learn the big words Marianne used, but not this time. There's nothing good about it. I still haven't figured out my project, Sam sighed, or what I'm thankful for. Think about what you enjoy most on Thanksgiving Day, Marianne suggested. Sam thought and thought. Looks like he's thinking about football and pumpkins and food. The day of the feast arrived. Tables were heaped with food and autumn decorations. Jeffrey had dressed up as Governor Bradford. Tiffany was Priscilla from Longfellow's poem about pilgrims. Marianne was Squanto. Where's your project, Marianne asked Sam. It's outside. It's a surprise. Wonder what it is. The class lined up to write their thanks on the paper turkey feathers. Jeffrey was thankful for turkey stuffing. Winston was thankful for the school janitor being so nice about his flooding the cafeteria when testing his Mayflower. Marianne was thankful for books. It was almost Sam's turn. All of a sudden, a huge gust of wind rattled the classroom windows. A storm was coming. Uh-oh, Sam cried. My project! Uh-oh, wonder what it is. Sam dashed outside to a tree to untie his surprise. A bunch of enormous balloons. He fought his way back through the wind toward the classroom, sticking close to the school building. Wow, look at those balloons. Everyone darted to the window just in time to see a big dog bobbing by. Then a cat popped up, and a turkey and a frog. It was just like the Thanksgiving Day parade on TV. See all the animals. That would be fun. Another blast of wind whipped the balloons. The frog popped. The turkey broke loose. The cat flew away. Oh dear, said Mrs. Wright. Marianne grabbed her bow and arrows and the yarn turkey. She raced outside. I wonder what she's gonna do. Sam was chasing the dog, its string just out of his reach. Marianne tied the turkey's yarn to an arrow. She took aim. Zing! The arrow's rubber cup stuck to the dog's long nose, and Mary reeled it in. Yay! Cheered the students. But Sam was sad. I can't have a parade with only one balloon, he said, and I still don't know what to write on my feather. Marianne thought for a minute. Your parade was a great idea, Sam. Is there something about the big Thanksgiving Day parade you're thankful for? Well, my whole family watches it together. We drink hot chocolate and tell stories. Grandpa talks about going to New York City for the parade when he was little. We laugh a lot. Sam smiled. Now he knew what to put on his feather. I am thankful for time with my family. Later, Sam wrote another feather and tucked it into Marianne's headband. I am thankful for best friends. The end. Now we're going to do an activity, and we're going to put our own feathers on our own turkeys, but we're going to count these. Oops. So we're going to randomly put these up here.
Eight, 2, 5, 1, 7, 4, 6, 3.
Very good.
There we go. We may overlap here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you some feathers, and you get to count out that many feathers we can put on the turkey. Jayla, would you like to start? Okay. can you put feathers, get enough feathers for this turkey? That is a number 8.
Five.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's see if she did it right.
Okay, let's all count together. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Good job.
Yeah, okay. Colton, would you like to go next?
Come pick us come get 2 turkey
2
feathers.
feathers, okay? And hand them to me and I'll put them up for us, okay? 1,
Come on,
2.
do easy ones.
All right, let's see. 1
1,
and 2.
Looks like a bunny.
It does look like a bunny. Would you like to go next? Okay, that's number 5. So count out 5 feathers for us.
3, 4, 5.
All right, let's see if it's right. 1, 2,
3, 4,
and 5.
5.
Awesome. Okay, would you like to go next?
It's the easiest turkey up
That's
there.
right, 1.
Oh, he gets a
He lost all of his feathers, didn't he? Almost. 1. There we go. Jayla, would you like to go next? Okay, so count out 7 feathers.
All
Thank
right.
you. Let's see if it's right. Let's count together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and 7. All right. Colton, why don't you come up and get 4 feathers for us? I'll situate this turkey a little differently. They're all crowded in their pen.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Let's see if it's right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good. All right, how about you next? And that is number 6. So we're looking for 6 feathers.
Oh.
Great. Thank you.
Pretty good.
All right.
Let's
So
count.
let's see if it's right. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yay! And we've got one last one. Can you get 3 turkey feathers for us? Thank you. All right. So let's count. Let's see. 1, 2,
2,
whoops, and 3. Well, we've done all the turkeys. They're all in their pen and ready to go.
It's mostly pink. Don't let him get away. away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't let
don't-
them get away. Well, thank you.
Well,
All right, now let's see.
Yeah, well, and I was thinking about her book and all the turkey feathers. Can we think of some things that we might want to write on these? We're not going to do it right now, but you at home might want to make little turkeys like this and do like the book suggested and write what you're thankful for. Because I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my food and for my pets. Can you guys think of some things that you might be thankful for that we would want to write on a turkey feather?
Thank you for my family.
Yeah, for your family. Colton, are you thankful for anything special? Quickly, boys, anything else?
I'm thankful for
I mean, I can think of,
being kind.
okay, good.
yeah.
For maybe your shoes, the sun,
Your friends?
your friends, your car, your house. I mean, we could just keep going and going and going and going.
How can we have cars?
Well, without
Your
a
family
car.
car.
Your family car without your
Yeah.
car. What about your toys, right? Mm-hmm. So, boys and
Warm
girls at
bed.
home, make some turkeys and write what you're thankful for. You're thankful for the earth, our planet that we live on. The church, yes, and like the trees and the water. There's so many things. So this is a great thing to do during the month of November, is think about what you're thankful for. All right, we've got one last book today. And this is Errol and his extraordinary nose. All right, we know elephants have one of the biggest noses, right? Let's see what happens to little Errol. All the animals in Acadia Tree School had different talents, and they were always singing their own praises. I can swallow almost anything, bragged Abraham the anaconda, which is a snake, right? He can swallow lots of things. If I was running with the herd, you would never spot me, boasted Zachary the zebra. No matter what color it is, we change to match it, gloated the chameleon brothers. But none of the animals thought very much about Errol the elephant. They thought he was awkward and clumsy, and his nose looked silly. One day, Mr. Jeffries, the giant tortoise, made an announcement. There was to be a talent contest to raise money for the school. All the animals were very excited. That is all except Errol. Everyone will just laugh at me, he thought. Errol did his best to find a talent for the competition. He tried juggling, but his trunk just got in the way. He tried playing a musical instrument, but it sounded awful. He even tried dancing, but he was so heavy that he kept falling over with a great big bump. Poor Errol, what's he going to find that he can do? By bedtime, Errol was feeling very glum. I wish I was good at something, he said tearfully. There is nothing special about me. Now, said Errol's dad, that's not true. There is something special about everyone. Everyone has a talent. Then his dad gave him a book. It was a book all about elephants. If you read this, he said, you'll soon see that there are lots of things that are special about you. Errol did indeed discover many interesting facts as he settled down with the book that evening. Facts like elephants have excellent memories and elephants can live to a very old age. But most excitingly, Errol discovered that he was the owner of a quite extraordinary nose. It was a nose unlike any other animal's in the whole animal kingdom, a very versatile nose, a nose that could be used for reaching and grasping. Look, the peanut came right there. For spraying and drinking and flinging and flailing and snorkeling. A nose that could be even used like a periscope for sniffing out smells. That night, Errol felt very different as the dark cloud that had been hanging over him drifted away. The day of the talent contest finally arrived, and Errol was feeling a little bit nervous. But as he peered through the crack in the curtains, he could see his dad in the audience, and he remembered what his dad had told him. First up were the Chameleon Brothers, who sang a rendition of Sing a Rainbow while changing into lots of different colors. Red and yellow, pink and green, purple and orange and blue. We can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. And then the African Finches sang in a choir, while Morris the Meek Rat conducted the orchestra. Abraham the Anaconda ate 200 pancakes, and everyone tried their best to spot Zachary the Zebra. At last it was Errol's turn to take the stage, but he was very nervous. But right away, he amazed everyone as he reached out and grabbed objects by just using his nose. And then he astounded everyone as he danced in a tank of water while using his nose as a snorkel. And then the whole audience was flabbergasted when Errol created a beautiful water and light show while singing a song all about the rain. When the talent contest had finished, everyone waited in anticipation. Third place went to the Chameleon Brothers for their colorful rendition of a rainbow song. And second place went to Zachary the Zebra for being very hard to spot. And the winner, announced Mr. Jeffries, and a well-deserved first place goes to, what do you think?
Elephant.
You think the elephant won? Errol and his extraordinary nose. The whole hall erupted as everyone clapped and cheered. And from that day on, none of the other animals at school thought that little Errol or his nose. In fact, Errol and his classmates discovered that they shared the best talent of all by making friends.
Aww.
Very cool little story about being who you are and using the talents that you have. So that was Errol and his extraordinary nose. That was a fun book. All right, I'm glad you've enjoyed our stories today. Thank you so much for watching. Can we say goodbye to everybody out there?
Bye.
Bye, friends.